Alright, welcome back everyone. Here we are through many days of building. I might ought to just notice that I might ought to try and get some glue under that to hold that down on that side. I get a little visibility down there. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and do that now while I tell you. If you're new here, this is what I do. I buy these kits and build them step by step, mostly in real time. You get to see all my successes and all my failures and how I hopefully fix those inevitable failures as they come up. Upload daily and just try and have a good time. We're not solving the world's problems, just building silly little models, having a bit of fun. If you see any kits or builds or sets you want me to take a shot at, feel free to drop in the comments. I'm always looking to add onto my list. And I've got the most intelligent audience on YouTube because y'all provide me with nothing but the best of options. With that being said, we're going to probably put this thing aside for today because I don't think we're going to get back around to using it because we got to do a bunch of tiny builds. But I think it is turning out really good so far. I'm digging the aesthetic on it. I think it's going to, well, we're not even halfway done as far as the physical part, because we got a lot to do over on this side. But I think it's really going to be a good looking build in the end. Let me grab a quarter here and I'll stick that on there to wave it on the map so it stays down. Get that foot, get it on the end there. There it goes. So now set that aside and let that stay on the ground. Move that out of the way maybe. Alright. And we will get going. Like I said, not much building today, but we're going to make a whole lot of plants. Like 2 pages worth. But the first step, I was so excited how they put the pre-stick on the other ones, but this is a sort of not the pattern here, but I think I'm trying to decide which way to cut it. Let me take a peek how they're saying do it the grain up and down like this. So what I'm gonna do, I just decided. I don't think most of these have to be super precise cuts on this stuff. I'm going to trim it down to all the way to the edge. And on the bottom, I guess 3 sides is what I got to do. If I'm doing 3 sides, I might as well do 4. Okay. And I'm going to work with the hope that this is cut fairly square. I don't think it's super square, but yeah, because it's definitely flat along one edge is not flat along the other. So, but basically, try this out here. So I've got a piece of cray, the exact same as the template. Okay. So that. Now that's staying pretty close. It's not sort of hard with it being wrinkly. And I don't have a history of being extra successful with these, but I'm going to give it a shot here. I'm just going to go in along these lines because it looks like you get the strips done. You should just be able to cut them in half from there. It's already moving around on you. Yeah, I hope it's not super important that these be straight. They're supposed to be part of our plan, so I don't think it is. I just want the general, generic shape, I think. I just realized I didn't have all my lights on here. A little more juice. Okay. This is only different ones. So I will try and use the line on that one like official, because I think this is the only one that ever has might matter. It's much smaller than I thought it was in the picture on the instructions, but the rest of these should just be a matter. Match up the corners if you can. Little scissors out, and I'll just go right down the middle. Also about to be another type of instructions I've never done before, so buckle up. We're going to do some experimenting together, see if I can figure out a good way to do it. Going pretty quickly, that's good. These guys out of the way. And this one. Okay. So we got our big and tall guys, and we sort of set them aside because we're going to concentrate on these. And it says there. Just notice. For some reason we're supposed to make 11, so we got one spare one. Okay, now it says grab a point and start here. Hold it on. It just shows the end, it doesn't show how to start this thing, so maybe. Maybe get a smaller. Let me try. Maybe too much. Too big there. So that's, I can't get the thing to stick down. It's supposed to. Okay, here we go. Okay, so we got that on there. Now we're supposed to put some glue there to hold it. It just shows glue on the end. But that won't work. As soon as I take it off, it's going to unroll all the way back there. Yeah, here's the picture they're showing. I don't see any way that's going to hold all that together. Okay, I'll try it their way, but I think we're going to end up using a lot more glue. Let's see. Let's see if I can get little enough super glue here to really clean the brush off, make sure there's as little on there as possible. Almost nothing, maybe. There. Okay. Whoop. Betting. So, no, it didn't. Okay, I stand corrected. It did hold it together. Of course, now I can't pick it up. And we're supposed to sort of twist it in tighter. I'm very close to seeing this is... Okay, so just wrap it around like so. And okay, shows how much I know. It does appear to be stable. We're supposed to make 11 of those, so let's see how that goes. Forward. Maybe I'll try some with the B7000 on the next one just to see if it's any more. So basically I did like a 45-degree angle, tightened it up, and I just spun it. Okay. Got our flap here. Okay, let's get my little B7000, see if it'll do as good a job as super glue. Just 'cause it's dab in there. Heat it up a little bit. It seems to set up pretty quickly. You know, just paper, so it should stick. Okay. I'll twist in it and wrap it again. Okay. Going much better than I thought it would. And until I got a full bottle of B7000, because it always leaks out at the beginning. Doesn't seem to matter how I orient it or stand it up, lay it down, upside down, right side up. Still just wants to. Back pressure comes out. Okay. So, make 3. A little dark on it. I got a little. Okay, now I got to come off. Other way. I think I gotta go with the way you spun it up. And these look much bigger than the ones in the picture. And of course that could just be the scale. I think I'm only going to need, looks like, no, I do need 11. I think I'm making 2 of that one. Okay. Let's try maybe a less angled here, see if I can go. A little tighter. And like that. Okay. I think got it. Still, I have not figured out a way to not let that come out, no matter what. So like waste half my B7000 with it, the back pressure getting it. Okay, like I was about to say, I think I've figured out my technique, so I'll do the rest of this bit in high speed, so you don't have to sit here for 20 minutes while I do the other 7. So I'll talk to you after I get done with that. Okay, there we go. Got 11 leaves or something or another there. And then, what supposed to do here, it says. I've seen this before and I've had very little luck with it. So it says make it flat. So I'm assuming it means take all the creases out. Maybe, maybe not. That doesn't seem to want to be uncreased. And we're folding it in half. So I'm going to get a straight edge here. That seems about half. Put it underneath it to fold it. Maybe not. Didn't quite get enough. Got pretty close. I don't think super precise folding is necessary here. Just being nice. If the corners to line up, maybe I can. And then fold it in half again. I got 4 layers there, basically. Well, actually, not basically, totally 4 layers. And then, and the little scissors were supposed to make, looks like a plant onto this one, so I'm not looking forward to this, because as I say, I've had limited success with this technique before. Basically, you go down through here. Cut it far enough to make the fronds. At the same time, you got to make sure you leave enough at the base that it's not going to fall apart on you. So, like that. And then, just to roll it up, grab my stick again here. And I'm going to go put the loose ends on the inside. I'm going to try to anyway. Roll you around. Up in there. Maybe. Okay. Oh, should have left that in there. Hang on. Need some structure underneath it. Cool. Do that and try again. Okay. Stick with the B7000, just down at the bottom. Holds together, hopefully. Okay, I think I'm going to need this super glue for this one. And the structure here. But just like before, just a little clean that brush off really good. And well, now it was sticking, but okay. Up in there, on both sides maybe. That should be holding. Okay, that's just sort of rolled over. Okay. Okay. Leave it to the stick naturally. Okay, there we go. And in theory, should be able to spread those. Okay, mine doesn't look near as good as theirs does. Okay, let me. Yes, it doesn't. From that angle, it doesn't look bad, but from the side, it looks terrible. And we're supposed to be able to. Yeah, I don't think I cut them thin enough either. Okay, let me try. See if we do have better luck with the second one. I've got some left over, so I may give it a second run with that. Let's see. But let's try it. Try it a little bigger. I'll try it from the other end. Oh, I forgot to make the forgot to cut it. Okay, let's make them. This is as small as I can, comfortably, I think. I missed a layer there. Okay, now, and here, bigger central pillar here, maybe. Oops. I don't think that's going to work because I got so many layers to glue there. So I mean, I do want to go the other way. Actually, that shouldn't make a difference, but we'll see. Okay. There, both sides. Got something good to grab onto. Glue it to myself. That was going to happen because it's going to soak through. See if this one looks any better. If not, we may go to other plant. No, I didn't do any. That didn't turn out any better. Fortunately, since I never throw anything away from any of my sets, I've got this guy, and I'm going to substitute this for that. That's left over from who knows what. I got a bunch of these little plants laying. I got a bag of them somewhere. But this is the one that I just happen to have sitting over there on the other side. But, so, let me just grab a couple of branches off of you. Pivot. Try the different shapes. We should still be able to make the same effect with it. And get this guy out. A really not looking forward to on this. Okay, yeah, I should have known that was going to happen. I need to get rid of this bottom. And these are supposed to get some yellow balls on them. These are teeny styrofoam things. They're not falling apart like I thought they would. I'm just going to use clusters. This one's a big cluster, so break it apart. Yeah, we should break it again, I think. Okay, so I'm going to have that many clusters in my guy. Just there. I don't think I've got that many, but I'm still gonna. Okay, so let's get these guys. Well, like I said, they're styrofoam, so they're not. Doesn't take much to stick them on. I said. Let me try again. One over here. Put one down here somewhere. Oh well now. So like I say, that's whatever those are supposed to be. That's what they are now. And now, grab a acrylic plate. Yeah, I'm looking at this. It appears it's going to be 2 days worth of building plans because I don't think we're going to get far enough tonight. Okay, just one of these. Okay. This gets supposedly the. We're supposed to. It looks like we're supposed to be breaking off the individual balls from these things, but I don't. I can't imagine how long that would take. Let me see if I can get one of them to strip off. Because there's so much static on them, they're not. Do this, they could have just get some loose rather than tied to the strings. Okay, it's not that bad with the tweezers, but I'm definitely not getting the individual single balls like they show in the picture. And that one came off with all the string and everything, and they're still staying together. I think that'll be enough to hopefully do what we got going here. I am going to break out the old school glue because the first thing is to get some of our moss in there. It's sort of our base. In theory, one there. Push you into it, maybe. Grab on. Okay. That doesn't look too far off of what they've got in the picture. Now, supposedly, allegedly, we're supposed to put 5 of these guys into that. I'm thinking if I get 2, I'll be doing good, and I'm, very dubious about that. But I'll have 3 out just in case. And then all these little purple things are supposed to go into there. Let's see. These are the plants that are probably not going to survive to the point where they actually get installed, but I do want to make an honest effort to try and get them on there. And I think it's definitely a hot glue gun situation. And just going to go onto that and smush it in and see where things end up. I'm okay with it laying down and everything. Okay, I might actually get one more. I don't think they're supposed to be spread out like this, but physics is making the rules tonight. Alright. You know what? I've got a spot here I can make one more. A short one, maybe. Yeah, there's a shortish one. There. String off of that. Okay, I stand corrected. I did get 5 of them on there. And I think it's going to get easier after this one. Maybe. But I'm almost tempted to go back to the Elmer school glue for this, because that should be, but nah, nozzle's not. Wait a second, I've got, I diluted. Okay, it's separated, so I thought, if I had it in that bottle, I probably would have tried it with. I diluted it for one of my other experiments, I think. So this is pretty watery, but this is just basic school glue. Let's find out if it'll make that purple stuff stick. Like I say, it's just styrofoam, so it's ultra light. Get enough control off of it to see if there's enough actual glue properties left on this stuff too. I guess that's sort of key. Okay. It's not how it looks in the book, but I think I'm going to be pretty satisfied with this one if this glue actually works. Cluster there, maybe. Okay, I'll roll this sleeve. Forgot about you. Okay. Let's see. Not what they had in the book, but I'll take it. I'll find out. Probably find out tomorrow whether or not that glue had any stickum left in it. But listen, had to eat my words. You can get 5 in there, but it doesn't look any. Let's say that's the picture from the book. So you can tell. Technically, I got it done, but did I really? Over here out of the way next to our yellow one. It also doesn't look anything like it is in the book. Okay, now I think business is going to pick up. Let's get to go into more pre-made plants. Not you. So what do we need? One of these, 2 of those, and I'm thinking hot glue gun. Supposedly the other 6 of these sides go in here too, but this may be one of those. Yeah, no, not really. Okay, so we need these little spiky bits down here, so 2 sets of those. I'll take the top off, set you aside, I think, for later use. Make sure I'm going to cut leaves. Leaves. Stem out of the way. And individual leaves come off. Something I learned from these before, the bottom of these pots are never level. So I always try and even them out. Get them to go on there without whizzing around. That's a big part of making it work. Same on this one. Do a little bit in the nice, reasonably flat surface there. But even though I did that, I'm still gonna turn on my glue gun. Sort of similar to what I done with the bottles. I'm going to tack these down while I try and operate here. I think that'll be more effective. On there. Okay. Then same thing I did with the other ones. I'm supposed to put 4 of these leaves sort of hanging into the out of the pot here. Got a string. For this. I'll let the string off after a while. Okay. Not coming without a fight. Okay. 4 more of those. Little pot here. Okay, I know I said it before. We're supposed to get, it says 3 of these guys in each of them, but and these are supposed to be a little more vertical, so I'm thinking maybe 1 or 2. Let's find out together. Try to get this down the center of our pot here. Maybe. Nope, not going to go in there. Okay. Okay, maybe I can go up against the side of it here right quick. Let's see. Reset. Try again. Okay. All these hot glue strings everywhere now. Grab them off right quick. Yeah, looks nothing like their picture either, but at least it's all on there. Okay, let's keep going on the next one. I think 2 is going to be my limit on that one. Okay, and kind of a little bit on there. Okay. See, theirs looks much better than that, but hopefully the effect will be acceptable. Alright, now I'll put those up for my other plants. And actually, I cut this one too short. We were supposed to, but they gave spares. That's why I got so many of these little plants around here. 2 of these. I'm supposed to take like these leaves off, so probably this is the ones we're supposed to use over there. And then this is supposed to go down here. Some stem on it below that notch there, so finally an easy one. Let's open with our other guys. Let's save these leaves in case I need them after a while. I'm not sure I will or not, but they might do as a good decoration or something later on. Same with those extra swirly fronds or whatever they were. Okay, now so moving on to, let's see, actually, no, not you. I grabbed the wrong piece. I think I did. Either that or grabbed the wrong bucket. Yeah, grabbed the wrong. Now I've lost some. Oh, there it is. Okay, you need that guy. Not sure. Yep, that guy. Book. Moss. And okay. Supposed to be in the right bag. Okay, so I grabbed that one by accident. It was supposed to be in this one. Back. Okay. What? Before, let me. Well, I guess actually, just keep working on the same piece of acrylic. Go down here. That seemed to do good on those other ones. Let's just do a little smudge on there and lock you in place. Take the undiluted Elmer's, or just regular white school glue. There. Smooth it around, spread it. Mossify it. I took too much out. Move it back here on this side. Give that a few seconds and make our book with 324 or something. Just the next one in line. Oh, supposed to have been 2 of those. Hang on. It's one of the double thick books. Okay. Extra chunky marker is good for coloring the sides of books. Good coverage and it lasts a while. Okay, now I gotta let that paint dry for a couple of minutes, so I guess we'll go back to this. Now this, we're supposed to take each individual little doodad off here and stick it into the plate, button, whatever you want to call it. So I think this will probably be the end for today. So I've gone on plenty long enough. Clean off my nozzle here. And are they going to peel off or am I going to cut off? I'm going to cut off. Let's just do 5 to start with. Okay. And that went into the abyss or the void or wherever. I saw it go that way, but that was the last. May not be. Okay, deeper grab. Okay. The key appears to be being able to get a hold of it and have the little stem exposed. Okay, now those I'm surprising that it's sort of cooperating with me here. Doing what I want it to. Okay. I think this is working good enough, or I'm just going to go ahead and take the rest of them off and see what happens. Okay. I'll say that really and truly is the most difficult part, getting it in there. Okay. Okay, it all came apart. I was doing so well. Okay, that was the one I was trying to put on the top, so maybe I'll stick to the bottom of the bowl. And fell on me. Okay. I haven't. Nope, not in frame anymore. Way too much glue on that one. Try that again. Okay, now let's put a couple more on the top. See if I can get these last two to go up on the top layer again. That was looking pretty okay when I started it. Okay. Still connected to the gun. Okay, so that's reasonably what until I pulled off of it. Okay, it's still okay. See how the other ones come off. I'm gonna try pulling these strings out. Do have to get rid of those. All of them. Okay, I'm still okay with that. I'll just mount it facing that way. Yeah. Not super successful on that part of things. Okay, do our book right quick and we will call it a night. Like I say, double thickness book, so I need a little super glue to bond them together. Just right in the middle. I'm not worried about coating the whole thing. We got the brown sides facing the same. Pressure, and I should be stuck. Now, there. Okay. That. Okay. Now, eventually, that is going to be mounted on top of this, so we'll do that. You know what? That's hot glue. It should be pretty okay to go. Let's pop it up and go ahead and get that over with. Yeah, just I'm going to be facing. Take a peek where it's going to be. Yeah, facing out with our binding, of course. So let's just put a little drop of E7000 there in the middle. I can't pick you up one way or another. Onto there. Spin you so the good side's showing. That's what we're gonna see from it. All right. That's good. I'll stay down. Put up on it my anchor. Okay, so we got those plants. This guy going. Yeah, it seems to be fairly stable with our little purple doodads. And there's our improvised yellow doodad thing. Alright, now let's see what we got left plant-wise. Okay, I think the rest of them are fairly well just cut and paste. They're not like actually making the plants like these. So that should go pretty quick starting tomorrow. There's a couple little extra details to go in, but it's not that bad. Hopefully we'll make more significant progress tomorrow. But, like I say, this is enough for tonight. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share, do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another, stay safe, and click on the link. There's my channel over there if you'd like to subscribe. There's my other channel where I do experiments a couple of times a month. That is what YouTube thinks you should be watching. And over here is the playlist for the whole build. I'll see you tomorrow. Lost my remote. Come back here.